Hi, I'm Pakra12 and today we play with feedback again and we build these colorful waves. And the network is very simple and yeah, by the end of this tutorial we also solve for the gaps in between the lines and we have something with all the lines stay onto each other. So yeah, let's build this from scratch. So first we need a constant chop to set the resolution. So constant, and here we go with res x 1280 and res y 720, and also count. And let's go with 64 for now. We have a null here, and let's have a noise stop to have the positions on y-axis for each of the lines. So we go with 1 by the count for the resolution, and the nearest pixels and 32 mono. Okay, let's have a null here. I name this null position. Okay, and let's have it pink. Now for the position in space, as I need with instances, I also want to set the x on 0 and have a different ramp on z-axis, as when we use the crazy amount of waves, the higher count, that is also always the overlapping situation, and the FPS might go down. And so to avoid this, let's have a reorder here. Okay, we set the red to 0, the green it's taken by the first input, and yeah, let's have another noise this time, seed 2, and offset 0 and amplitude 0.1, as we only need very small. Okay, and this reorder is RGB. Okay, let me check. So blue from the second input. Okay, now let me check if I have nearest pixels here. Okay, now we try to instance a grid swap. So let's have a grid, and we go with 2 by 2 here, polygon, and we use geometry. Okay, let's go with instancing. We drop this texture and we go with R, G, and B. Okay, now we don't see any lines, as the grid is having the same scale on Y. It's 1 for all of them. And how we do this? So let's have a different noise. I'll copy this one. Let's go with seed 3 maybe, and the value for the scale I want to be 1 divided by the count. So I go here in the offset and I said 1 divided by the offset. Okay. Okay, I'll take this expression and use it for the amplitude, but only half of it. Okay, and now we have something for the scale. Let's use a null. I name it scale, and I'll make it pink. Okay, and now if I use this for the scale on Y, okay, let me check. 164, 164. What is wrong here? Oh, it's red. Okay, so now we have the lines. Okay, so let's use a camera, and for the camera I'll go with orthographic and 1, and here I'll translate on Y to 0.5. So let's have a render. Like this, and this render has to take this resolution. Not the full resolution. We go with resolution Y for both of the dimensions right now, as we plan to cut just one tiny line with 1 pixel out of this render. So let's use constant material like this, and we don't have any color yet, and instead of using a color from here, I prefer to have here only a ramp and then build the color after the render. So let's use a ramp. Okay, so we can go with the same resolution, or you can just connect something here to set the resolution. Okay, this has to be 32 mono and vertical. Okay, now we use a null and name this color. Okay, and now let's see if I use this ramp for the color, what we get. So R, G, and B. Okay. And yeah, in the render we go with RGBA, and anti-alias we go with none. Okay. Now let's go in this noise and translate this noise on z-axis with ABS time dot seconds divided by 64. And now we have this noise moving. Let's see. Okay, and while this camera is on orthographic, we can crop here. Okay, and only 1 pixel. Okay, like this. And let's have a constant. Okay, we go with full resolution. Okay, and this has to be let's go with RGBA, and everything is 0. Okay, also alpha 0. Okay, now we chain a feedback and also a keyboard in chop to reset this feedback. Okay, now we use an add, and here we go with native resolution and left, and now we have this row of column of pixels. Okay, and here we use transform, and we shift to the right with 1 pixel, and then we chain a null and we drag this null here. Okay, now you see this texture, it's getting filled column by column with every frame. So let's grab this with a select. So I'll take this add. Okay, and now I want to have a noise for the colors. Okay, so let's drag the same resolution for this noise as everything else. This is 32 RGB, okay, and let's connect this, and not monochrome. Okay, so now we have some colors, and you see we have a color background, which in this case I would like to cut it out. So how we do this? We can use a reorder here and go for the alpha, and this is monochrome, 32 mono, and now we multiply this. And we have the final null. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, so display background top. Okay, now to solve the smoothness, we can have anti-allies here and go for the ultra. Okay, and now everything is nice and clean. And by playing with this noise here, we can have different distribution of those lines. This is actually a good noise visualization, as each line goes where the value from that pixel go. So yeah. If you like to have each line with an edge, okay, we can use I don't know, we can use edge here, but this would give us some thick lines, okay, because now we use a matte. Okay, and I go ceiling, and yeah, this stroke, it's maybe too thick. Okay, what we can do instead is use this edge right here. So I use this edge here. Let's see. Then I need a level to make it black. Okay, so in here, not here, I believe here, yeah, we go black, and now we have an over with this initial texture, and then we go into crop. Okay, now you see here the strokes are better than before, but they have a different color, and this is because this black color here, which is zero, when noising 0, we have this green. Okay, and how we get rid of that green or whatever color can be. Okay, so we want only a black stroke. Okay, so let's have, instead of this reorder, let's have a matte. And as the strokes are 0 and the lines are bigger than 0, let's say, we can have in this matte ceiling here. Okay, and now we multiply the noise with this, and all the strokes are black now, and this is much better. And yeah, let's play with this noise. If you increase the exponent, the waves would start closer to the middle of the screen. Actually, is this value where we have the offset. It's in the middle of 0, 5. If we go on with 1, the middle is changed. Okay, and yeah. You can play with this, and also with the scales. So here we can multiply with 4, and we have 4 times the thickness. okay? Or in amplitude, we can say multiply by 2, and then the amplitude will play, and as a result we have thicker or thinner lines, okay? But let's go back with those values. And as I said in the beginning, what if we want to get rid of those gaps in between the lines and have something nicely spread like a rainbow, okay? Now, how we do this? A while ago, I did a tutorial on kissing spheres, and yeah, we use it in this tutorial also. As here I have some scales, and we find the positions, okay? So let me see. I would like to take this off just for a couple of minutes. Okay, so I would like to build something, a function like, and as output I'll have kissing numbers, okay? So I'll have scales and positions in such a manner all the lines will be neighbors, okay? So how we do that? Let's have a null here. Click outside, collapse selected, and let's name this kissing numbers. Okay. Now let's go inside, and yeah, let's go with flip, and we flip bottom left here, and now we use analyze, and we find the sum. And now I want to divide this with the sum, okay? And in the transform tab, I'll go with input 1 for the resolution. And here I'll have some values, and when I sum all of them, it has to be 1. The result, it has to be 1. Let's check this. So I copy this analyze, go here, and let's have top 2, okay? And is not 1 actually, okay? But the moment we set everything with nearest pixels, we have 1, so we are good now. Okay. Now from here I use a fit, and let me go outside and open this. Okay, let's go back. So from here I need this value for the count, as this fit is count by count. So nearest pixels. Okay, and fill. Now I want to have a ramp here, and this one goes with the radial, and on face I have 5 divided by 8, and position 0, 5, 0, 5. And now I have a nice black and white diagonal, and to actually have it black and white, we use a matte, and we go with round, okay? And now we multiply this with the fit, and now we use an analyze, okay? And I wanna sum all the rows, okay? And now I use flip bottom left, and I have to add this. So add with half of this texture. So let's have like this, and in between I use a matte, and I multiply with 1 divided by 2. Okay. Now in this texture, let's use an out. We should have the position, okay? And here we should have the scales. So we can use a select, have this in the select, and here we go with the second output. Okay, and so yeah, let's name this output scale. Okay, and yeah, I believe we're done. Let me set this to nearest pixels. Okay, now let's see if the first output goes for the position and the second one goes for the scale. Let's see what we have now. So yeah, now we have kissing numbers, and if we play with parameters now, let's go with 32, and here in this noise, let's go crazy with the harmonic, maybe not that crazy, and yeah. Okay, so and by having this distribution for the lines, we can set whatever color we want, and we don't have that split line, as now we can play with the noise and have whatever color we want. So yeah, we can have those nice ramps like rainbows. Okay, so yeah, this was my tutorial. I really hope you like this. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, or you can join me on Patreon, and you'll get access with to a bunch of other different tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks so much to all my patrons.